Welcome to Conversations with Black Men. We as society, how understanding for blessing. Be good and be good to one another. All right. Welcome to Conversations with Black Men, where we talk with Black men about everything, about spirituality, about relationships, about politics, you name it. And today we're in Milwaukee with Reverend Lewis.
Well, I'm Reverend Gregory Lewis, and I've been the founder of 3 organizations. The first one is Pastors United. The second one is Souls to the Polls, Wisconsin. And third, I'm the chairman of the board of Power to the Polls, Wisconsin.
I don't know about you, but I love being a Black man. I love our swag, I love our energy, our aura, our confidence, how creative we can be, how loving we can be to our communities, to our partners, to our children. For you, what do you love most about being a Black man?
You know, I like the opportunities we have for power here now. I mean, if you just look at the way things are, you know, after all these centuries, decades, years of being underserved and really just suppressed, you know, we're still here. I love our resilience. And I love the fact that we never give up. I love that part. And the swag goes without saying.
Evidence right here. So we have a segment called They Be Lying. And what we want to do here is talk about misinformation and disinformation. So you're in the community all the time. And I know both online, right, if you look in the comments online, but also just day to day in the community, there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation and lies being traded as facts. I look at it as my duty to challenge these lies because our people need to be grounded in what's real. And I'm curious, as somebody who pastors many people, as somebody who's building organizations, what type of lies, misinformation, and disinformation are you hearing that you think are the most problematic?
You know, first of all, I'd just like to say the lie that people don't really care. And that's really huge.
This segment is called Real Power, Real Love. And what we want to talk about is power, how we wield it, how it shows up in our lives, and particularly the power that we as Black people, as a Black community, as Black men, wield. So I want to ask you, Reverend, when you think about power and you think about how we could use it, how can Black folks use political power?
Power is already there because all we have to do is activate, and you have to organize. True power, it looks like this: having full control of your local situations, of your local communities, of your local politics, and it will spread. As we grow, it spreads, but you got to understand the true power you have right there. And that's been eliminated from our psyche because we don't even vote in local elections. People don't put money in local elections. People don't even put importance in local elections. People are going to keep you hoodwinked as long as you don't start to understand yourself. Man, when you think that you just come from slavery, that's all they, you know, I used to hate history. All they told me is I was a slave. Man, I used to hate that class. It made me hate school. But when I found out the rich history of Black people, how much we have not known, when I found out all those things, I started to understand that I had to share that knowledge because we have to understand our true power. And here's the other thing. When people hate you, when people don't like you, when there's hate, white supremacy, bigotry, and all those kind of things, you would think that they try to get rid of you, but they can't. They need me. They love me, but they don't know it. No, they need me because I got that swag that they love.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is the love-hate, abusive dynamic of Black folks in this country.
Really?
Right? In the sense of, if you think about American culture, what is American culture? From blues to gospel to jazz to rock and roll to hip hop, the animating force is Black culture. What is, when you talk about American cool, what is that? That is the the swag and the way that Black people walk and signify and talk. When you talk about American politics, well, look at the energy. Look at the energy in 2008 and 2012 and now, right?
Now.
The same people, right? And we could go back in history, the same people that say we are subhuman, they're the ones who have put us in positions to back in slavery, raise their children. So this is an interesting dynamic where they at one hand try to tell us that we're less than, but then they see the value and then they take the value from our labor, from our brilliance. What will happen if we realize that value, right? And we break the lie that we're less than.
That'll happen when we start to talk to each other, like you and I are doing right now. See, people don't want you to be in communication with one another. You'll find out you have a lot of things in common.
That's right.
I mean, rural and urban areas, you got a lot of things. I can't pay my rent, you can't pay for your farm.
That's right.
We got a lot in common. Why is that? But this guy way up here has got all the money and he's not sharing it with any of us. So why are we fighting each other? If they can keep us not communicating with one another, Maurice, this can continue perpetual.
As we come to the end, I just want to know if you have any closing remarks for us.
Yeah, I just like people to know and understand your power. We can't let people from destinations that we never see, Beverly Hills and all these places where we can't even go because they got people standing out in front of stores making sure you don't get in. We can't let those people continue to keep us separated because we won't talk to each other. We have to understand our power, and our power is active right now. But what we need to do is activate. You have to activate. You have to understand your power and go. That's what needs to happen.
Absolutely. Man, you gave a master class, a master organizer giving a master class on power. And I can't think of a better subject for us as Black men and for us as a community to talk about. Power, how we wield it, how we get it, and how we use it in order to advance our agenda. Thank you so much, Reverend, for blessing me and for blessing us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
All right. Conversations with Black men. We as society, how understanding for blessing us. Be good and be good to one another. All right.